Developers. So right here we have Payhero Kenya. So if you ever been looking for a way to collect payments on your website, on your mobile application, on your system, you want to prompt your customers via Mpesa, or you're building an application for a customer, okay, to prompt customers to get paid to their Paybill number that they have, the till number they have, or their bank account that they have, okay. And you want to have the flexibility to add multiple channels to prompt different, to receive payments to different channels at the same time. You have the option to use the Raja portal, which only limits you to just, integrating a single pay bill and, get paid that pay bill directly. But with PayHero here, we have a solution that enables you to add many payment channels. You can have different bank accounts, have different till numbers, different pay bill numbers that you can prompt customers to get paid to. So here's the deal, okay? You create an account on app.payhero.co.ke, you get verified, and you get in, okay? So you come here to payment channels. So we have payment channels. These are the actual pay bills, tills, and bank accounts that you can actually get paid to directly, okay? With this, PayHero doesn't hold any money. The money gets there safe and sound, instantly, very quickly. So no delays at all, and we guarantee 99% uptime, okay, on our services. So you can see your channels that you are registered. They're right here. So you can add a new pay bill, a new till number, any day, anytime. You can delete, any channel you want here. So you want to add one, you just select a bank you want here, the account number. It's a pay bill, same thing. Put a pay bill number, account number, till number, enter the till number there. That's it. Okay, simple as that. And you'll get your channel ID. This is the most important thing that now we'll be using going forward on our API integrations. So we'll be seeing how now to use our APIs. We have our developer portal, uh, documentation that you can easily, run, simulate the API requests, have code samples that you can copy and use in your application, and everything in between. Okay, so we have API keys here, where you can also create multiple APIs for different applications, for different use cases. So you can create as many APIs as you want right here. So we'll come to this later on. So we have these service tokens here, which is the most important thing as well, because you will be charged something to use the service. Of course, it's not free, because you have to maintain the platform. You have to make sure that your transactions are going through, you're getting a webhooks. So you have to charge you some service fee for this. Okay, we have our pricing right here under payments pricing. You can see we have very fair pricing, competitive pricing right here for all the different tiers of amounts that you can see here. Okay, very friendly. Okay, so you can top up your service wallet. That's why we will deduct the service fees. We won't touch the money that customers pay to you. The money just goes direct, and we charge you here. So if you don't have funds here, then the transaction will not go through. Okay, so that's an important thing you need to do to note. So this one here, you can top up via Mpesa, any amount you want, 500, 1,000, 5,000, whichever, depending on the scale of your application and the usage, patterns of your users. So let's create an API key here. You can say test docs and create it here. Okay, so this will give you a username, password, show your account ID, and basic auth. This is if you want to use it directly, but we use this username and password to create the basic auth. But for the lazy developers, we have the basic auth ready for you, just copy paste. Okay, then you go to the developer documentations right here. So we have the documentation. So we will just have, for testing purposes, put your username and password, which is saved locally on your machine. It's not saved remotely on any database or where someone can see it. So it's just on your machine, and you can remove it anytime you want. Okay, so we shall just put ours there and save it. So this is it. So once you save those two things, now you can be able to test all the APIs we have. Yeah, all the APIs. So for the first API we're going to test is the STK Push, which is the most important one that we are focusing on right now. You need the authorization, which is the basic token that we saw, which is already generated for you here. You can see it here. Yeah, then we have content type. Then have the parameters. We have amount, phone number, channel ID, provider. For provider, that's Mpesa. Channel ID is the channel ID of the Paybill, the bank that you registered on your account. So if you go here to my channels, I can say I want to use this 498. This is the channel ID I will use. So you can have different channel IDs you'll be using. External reference, this is your unique reference to track the transaction, yeah, from your system. The customer name is optional, callback URL is optional, but you can provide it to get callbacks to your application. But still we have an endpoint to check transaction status. So you can still skip this if you don't want to have a backend processing for that. Then you have credential ID. This one is optional. If you registered your credentials, you wish to integrate with your own API keys for Mpesa Daraja. This one is a different use case, but we won't focus on this for now. Network code also is not usable for this case. So we just go straight forward to the testing environment. Okay. So we just select the amount, enter the phone number you want to test with, then enter channel ID. Then provide as Mpesa invoice. You can have invoice, customer name, callback URL, credential ID, and network code. You can leave it. So we just run the test. Okay. Yeah. So you see the test is running and the response is here. Okay. So we shall see. I've received the prompt on my phone to pay. Then I'll pay. Okay. So once you make the payment, you get a reference here on this response, which you can use later on to track status of the payment. If you want to do real-time tracking or polling for the transaction status, you can do so. So we have transactions, the transaction status here. So right here, we will just provide the reference that we got, then run it. So once you run it, you'll see now the M-Pesa code is there, the amount is there, and the merchant, and the transaction date, the provider. You get basically every details here, which is all you need to complete the transaction on your website. So you see in those two things, those two steps on the API to initiating the STK push and checking the transaction status, you're good to go. The good thing is you have different code samples for integrating to applications in different languages: Python, Java, Go, Ruby, C Sharp, Swift, Kotlin. You just have to copy paste it. Okay, you can copy paste or modify it to like fine tune it to match your specific language of use. Okay, but the general concept is there. You get to see it, and you can test it in real time here to see different responses below here. So that's it. That's the fastest way to do M-Pesa STK integration to your bank, Paybill, or till number. Okay, so no more delays, and we've done this literally in under 1 minute. Okay, and and you can already prompt your customers, check your transactions. You can see all transactions will be shown here on the dashboard. So you can see here, this is the transaction. You can see it. I was received the amount to my bank account. So it's very simple. Any developer, whether you're a beginner or an expert, it's very simple for you to use this APIs. So enjoy using PayHero APIs for your payment integrations, building solutions, payment solutions for customers for your own applications in Kenya.